Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It has been a while. Yeah, back in Assetto Corsa. Fair bit's changed since last time I made a video, so I thought I'd update you guys on what's going on, because I'm sort of keen to actually sort of get back into uploading a little bit. Maybe even streaming a little bit. But yeah, so I'm in Assetto Corsa. In the MX-5, they've just put it in the game. Well, I say just put it in the game, probably like a month ago or something, but I quite like it. It's probably, maybe even my favourite car in Assetto Corsa. Not biased or anything, driving an MX-5 in real life, but it's awesome. I drive a little bit of a newer one. Well, not new, but an NB8B for anyone who's actually sort of up on what MX-5s are, what the models are. But yeah, this one, original NA. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the original. I think it might be a 1.8 litre. So it's one of the later models. I'm pretty sure that 1.8 litre came out in like 97, 98 or something. But either way, it's a lot of fun. And I am here on Wakefield Park. This is a mod track. This is also pretty new. Well, this version of it is. There's a very basic version of it available, like basically for a year, but it was pretty average. But this guy updated it, and it's pretty damn good. This is probably the only track I can say with 100% sureness that it's pretty damn close to what it is in real life, because I've actually raced on this track. Well, I say raced. I've driven my car fast around it. Not really raced, just sort of, it was just a track and training day. But everything seems pretty much what I remember. It was over a year ago, but even so, I'm pretty impressed with this. Definitely next time I go down, I'll be practicing on this before I go. Unfortunately, when I went down last time, I had really bad tyres on my car, and my lap times were horrendous. Even though I think my fastest time was about a 1:22 or something. And I know, like, I was still learning the car at that point. I probably had the car for about a month, which was also the first month I'd actually had a manual to drive, because before that I was driving an auto. My only manual experience came from a few times I drove one many years ago, and in racing sims. It was pretty easy to pick up though. I'll say thanks to racing sims for that. Apologise for my bad driving. It'll take me a long time to get used to commentating and driving again, and I was never very good at it to begin with, but with time. So yeah, basically I just wanted to sort of make this video to basically say, yeah, look, I'm feeling like I'm going to make some more videos again. I don't know how often I'll be putting them out. Probably not super often, but at the moment racing sims are the only games that I'm playing, and I do plan to keep it that way. Before, I was probably struggling a little bit with motivation because I was spending a lot of time playing other games like Counter-Strike, that sort of thing, but a bit wide there. But now, these are all that I'm playing, and I've been playing a lot of them. I bought myself a new racing wheel a couple of weeks ago. I'm now using a T500 RS with the shifter, what is it, a TH8A or something like that, T8HA maybe, I don't know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, if you guys remember, I was never a big fan of my G27 shifter. To this day I still hate the thing. It's plasticky, it's crap, sort of never feels like it's going into gear. This one though is pretty damn good. It's a gated shifter, which is actually taking a bit of getting used to, because the MX-5 shifter in real life is not a gated shifter. But it's pretty cool. I'm sort of pretty used to it now. I don't tend to miss much gears. Getting used to the pedals. I think there's probably still some adjustments I want to do. I've got them in like the GT setup, which is basically not sort of on the floor, they're sort of hanging a little bit, if that makes sense, even though it's the whole unit's still sitting on the floor. But I've got it to my liking pretty reasonably, but I will be doing some other stuff. I might try the brake mod and stuff like that. I haven't done anything like that, and I do feel like maybe the throttle is a little bit too easy to press, but they're small things. They're not really slowing down my time so much. They're just personal preference. Yeah, as far as this track goes, as I mess it up horrendously. This is a really weird track. It's a pretty good track for low-powered cars, but there's almost like there's not really one easy corner on this track. It's very sort of it's a track that you really want to be trying to carry a lot of speed through, and because of that, it means that actually like it doesn't really favour high-powered cars so much. It sort of does to an extent, but I remember I was finding on my track and training day, like I was going toe to toe with a V8 Commodore, which if you're not familiar with what it is, it's sort of like it's what the V8 supercars use, just a much older one. This thing in a straight line was bloody quick as hell along this straight. It was basically the only place he had a bit of a go at me. The rest of it is like he just can't keep up, because the MX-5 is just too light. But yeah, a lot of really sweeping corners, try and sort of hard to hit apexes, and some of them you don't even want to sort of hit apexes and stuff, so it's interesting. It's sort of an easy track to learn because it's so short, but probably not a super easy one to master. So yeah, I've got T500 RS, which is, yeah, I've been very happy with the wheel. I've pretty much got it set up how I like in Assetto Corsa. Probably only one thing I'm not so sure on at the moment is in a straight line, it seems to vibrate a fair bit. I'm not really sure what the go is there. It seems to be sort of strong when there's no spring force when I'm going around a corner. Just all the bumps and stuff in that you pick up, which is good. It just seems very strong, which is maybe just me having to get used to it, honestly. But yeah, but I probably will. I'm using a lookup table, if you're familiar with what that is, which basically just calculates your minimum force and stuff, and basically like it tries to make the forces a little bit more linear on the wheel. But anyways, I won't go into that too much, it's boring. So yeah, in addition to uploading videos every now and then, I might try and stream a little bit more. My internet's actually a lot better now, and I can actually stream in reasonable quality. I haven't done it in a fair while, just because well, we've actually had internet issues, even though it's been better. Well, it's been faster, but it's been pretty spotty, but it's sort of it's coming alright now. I'm not sort of dropping out so much, which means I should be able to actually play some more iRacing as well. Because I've been mucking around a little bit with iRacing since I sort of came back a bit to sim racing. Not racing, just practicing, and I've been quite happy with how this new wheel feels. I know there's a Star Mazda race this week. They're going to Imola, and I'm quite fond of that track. I'm quite fond of that car, and that car and track combination is particularly great, so I might just do that, but we'll see. Just depends how time goes, because I am still at university, still have to work and stuff like that, so these videos are going to have to fit into that schedule, unfortunately, but which means I won't be uploading once a day or anything. Don't expect that. If I can get sort of a video or two out a week, I'll be pretty happy though. As far as exactly what games and what videos I'm going to make, I don't really know. I sort of had a thought about this, as like what do I like to watch in as far as sim racing videos go, and it's sort of a hard one to answer because I don't really watch that many. The only person I really watch is Empty Box, and I don't even watch all of his videos anymore, so I'm not really sure. If any of you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to see, let me know. As long as it's not Project Cars, I'm pretty happy to play anything else. If you've not been around this channel for at all, which is probably pretty likely, I don't think my old subscribers from years and years ago will be probably watching, just based on a video that I uploaded ages ago saying that I was coming back, similar to this. Had very little views, which is fine. I'm not stressed about that. I'm just doing it because of fun. I find it fun. I messed up that corner. But yeah, basically, I'm happy to do anything in Assetto Corsa, iRacing. Well, iRacing. I mean, don't ask me to do dirt. I would like to check out dirt a bit more and stuff like that, but honestly, I need to do that in my own time. I don't own the sprint cars or anything, they're a little bit expensive. I only own the one free dirt track. I have had a bit of a go in that street stock car. That's pretty damn fun. But as far as iRacing, and sort of oval racing and iRacing goes, I probably won't be doing too much. But I'll try and get back into it a little bit more. I particularly like the Pro Mazda. The new 911 GT3 that came out as well, it feels fantastic. Other than the fact that it's really easy to lock up on brakes, but that's another one that I might try and get into a little bit, but time will tell. Racing against AI is very easy to sort of not stress about because iRacing requires a bit more practice. If you're like me anyways. So yeah. Got Dirt 4 coming out as well, fairly soon. Definitely I'll be, well, I'll be picking it up. Hopefully it's like Dirt Rally, not like Dirt 3, because I found Dirt 3 a little bit too arcadey. But honestly, I'll probably still pick it up and just play it. I think, I still enjoyed sort of Dirt 3, it was just, I played Dirt 3 after Dirt Rally, and, well, one of these is not like the other. One of these is a lot better than the other one. So, hopefully Dirt 4 sort of stays in the same vein as Dirt Rally. I don't mind if there's some sort of arcadey options to accommodate the more casual player, but I'd find it quite disappointing if oh, that wasn't good. I'd find it disappointing if the whole game was a bit arcadey. But we'll see how we go. I already know they've got sort of more races and stuff in there, so yeah, that's alright. I am cautiously optimistic based on some initial reports, but yeah. But even if it is sort of arcadey like Dirt 3, as long as like it's still a decent game, I'll probably still play it. I might upload a little bit of the career mode or something, I don't know. I'm thinking of picking up F1 2016 as well when it goes on sale. Oh my gosh, I am locking it up like anything. I'm not super into F1, but it's a pretty decent game. I actually bought it when it first came out, but I refunded it. Not because it's a bad game, just because it's sort of not really my kind of game. But I'd still like to pick it up when it's on sale. It was always the idea, it was like, I didn't really want to spend the full $60 on it, because that's a lot of money. In Australian dollars, that's like, what, 90 bucks or something? I mean, that's a lot of money. But yeah, rFactor 2 and stuff. rFactor 2 is not too bad. It's still got a long way to go, but it is got those new developers and stuff now, so maybe I'll play it a bit more. Anyways, sorry, I'm sort of rambling now. I'll probably finish up the video here. If you're interested in playing this track, I will leave the link in the description. If I for some reason forget, just search Wakefield on Race Department, that's where it is. But yeah, until next time, goodbye.